Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Today, day number 41 we are. Okay, and today topic we are going to be discussed specifically in the perspective of the integration. See, the problem is that if I say problem, why I'm saying problem basically because in the industry when we work our client is using some different system and we want client to be use service now and client says sorry I cannot switch immediately but I need the integration between these two systems. I give you the very basic example. Let's say in the earlier days, okay, there was a concept of the joint family. Everybody staying in a same house, or maybe my father, my uncle, my grandfather, they have their own houses, but in a row. So what we do, we integrate the houses. We put one common path which can helpful for the family members to come from one house to the another house, another to another house. That is called the integration. In our industry specifically, integration means when you want to connect ServiceNow with the third party tool. Here I'm saying third party means I'm saying any tool which you want to connect, except I'll say LDAP integration because that is specific use in ServiceNow. Okay, that we'll discuss later on. Okay, so now the question comes, Atul, any tool means if I say any tool means you can integrate ServiceNow with your WhatsApp as well. You can integrate ServiceNow with your Teams as well. Microsoft Teams. You can integrate ServiceNow with the BMC Remedy, Jira, Cherwell, ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration, SAP. A lot of tool available. Which you want to integrate and you can integrate with the help of the ServiceNow.
Well,
Open any
well,
question?
no.
Okay. So that is the purpose of the integration. But one thing is always important that everybody want the integration should be done on the runtime. Let's take example. Jimmy updated his SSN number. Like in India, we have an Aadhaar card number. Then in the same way in the US and other countries, like they have a social security number. Okay. If Jimmy updated that number in the core database or in the core platform, and his bank accounts, his address, his insurance, his office part, every office things, everything has been related with this particular SSN, then it should updated immediately at every other place as well. This is called the integration. The first few minutes I would like to be spent if you want to do integration from the consultant perspective, that what is the step you have to follow. Okay, so it is important for a consultant that if they want or he or she want to do the integration, few things need to be done at the first level. Okay, let me close the window for this. Okay. Okay. So let's say in our example, we're going to. Okay. So in our example, we are going to do the integration between ServiceNow and ServiceNow. So I'm using my instance and I'm using Satya's instance to do the integration part. But this tool can be anything, or I can say any third party tool. Okay. The steps, the process will be same. As a consultant, first of all, we need to be understand the other third party tool. Okay. Let's say I say, guys, we need to do the integration of ServiceNow and the WhatsApp. So before you go for the integration, you need to be understand, okay, what is WhatsApp? What type of tool it is? It is a financial tool. It is a sick leave tool. It is attendance tool. It is ITSM tool. It is what type of tool? That is the first point. So when I go for this discussion of the integrations kind of things, so my first question, okay, tell me about your tool, what it do actually. Then the customer or the client say, okay, we have this tool, it work like this manner, we get all these things from this particular tool. Then on the second step, tell about ServiceNow. That what ServiceNow can do, what type of tool is ServiceNow. It is a cloud-based tool. It is ITSM tool. You can do incident change, problem request, knowledge, CMDB, CIs, CSD model reporting, standard reporting, and all things you can do. So that both the parties should get comfortable. Okay. Now in the third step, understand the module you want to integrate. Now let's say Jim is running a business of the construction or the real estate, and I'm running a business of the snacks. I'm manufacturing, or I'm doing the snacks business, biscuits and other things. We both have a good money in our hands. One day we both met in one of the party, and we both are interested to do the integration. Jimmy says, "Hey, Mr. Atul, you are running a very good business." I said, "Thank you, and you also running a good business. Can we collaborate? Can we integrate together?" I said, "Let's." It's not a bad option. Then Jimmy says, "Okay, let's have a beer next weekend." I said, "Okay." I went to a place. I talked to Jimmy. He gave me his overview that what type of business he's doing, how he's selling, how he's preparing, how he's creating, what labor and all the things. I said, "Okay, thank you so much. Let's have another beer on the next weekend at my site." I invited Jimmy at one of the restaurant. We go there, we have a beer. I told him about my business. So these two steps has been done. Now what to integrate? Okay. Then Jimmy says that in the flats which I'm selling, I am giving the 2 years or 1 year complimentary breakfast. And I want to integrate with that part. He's not saying that let's you build a flats for me. No, he says in my business there's a module called the complimentary breakfast, and I want to integrate with you on that. So now you have to understand the which module. So if we talk from the industry perspective, what module you want to be integrate? Incident change, problem request, knowledge. What module you want to integrate? Once you understand the module, then you understand the flow. Because maybe let's be practical on that part. Let's say instead of SN or third party, let's say I want to integrate with the remedy. Okay, and these are the very common integration, guys. Okay, flow means I want to integrate ServiceNow incident management with the remedy incident management. So I need to understand that how incident management process work in remedy, and I'll give you the core point here because I work in that part. In remedy, specifically in the incident management, we have a state called the assigned. But in ServiceNow, you will not get a state called assigned. So that is why I added this point. Before you go for the integration, you have to be understand the end-to-end flow in the both of the tools. And once you understand the flow, then you have to understand the table or table level mapping. Which table you use for the incident records in ServiceNow? which table you use for the incident record in what table we are going to be used in the BMC remedy. Once you get the table level understanding, then you go for the level. Which field I should map from ServiceNow to remedy? State to state, number to number, short description, description to description, risk to risk, priority to priority, impact to impact, urgency to urgency. You say, Atul, it's easy. No, it is not easy, because remedy and ServiceNow both are the ITSM tool. Let's say I want to integrate ServiceNow and the WhatsApp. WhatsApp don't have a short description. WhatsApp don't have a description. Then how you integrate? That thing we have to be understand via module. Okay, and then you have to go for the value level mapping. Value level means, or I can say field value. Field value means if from the remedy I'm sending assign to as a state, what should be the value it captured in the ServiceNow? Because in ServiceNow we don't have assign to. That is the field level mapping you have to be do. And then if you done this part, then we need the APIs. API means, let's say if you're charging your mobile phone via data cable, the current which is passing from the data cable to your mobile phone, that is called the API, which you cannot touch, which you cannot see, which you cannot feel. But you are seeing that your work is getting done here.
Yeah, API means, Atul, it's like a.
It's like a. I'll show you one picture. Give me some time. I'll show you one picture for this one. Okay, very famous picture. I'm going to be show. And once you are creating the API, you need the endpoint URLs. Sorry. Endpoint means what are the source and what are the destination I need to be integrate. So if I want to send a letter to Satya, what I need on the priority basis, I need the Satya's address first of all. That is the endpoint. That here you have to be go and hit it. And once you're done with this, then we have to be create the REST messages. REST message means it is a place in ServiceNow where you are going to be record everything, and then you're preparing a format to send it. So like if I want to send a letter, I need a letter card, inland letter, on which I will mention the address and the message which I want to be give. And at last, it's destined. This. So if anybody in the interview asks how to do the integration, you should tell these 10 or 11 steps. That these are the steps we need to be understand, we have to be follow before we go for the actual implementation. Everybody clear till this point?
Yeah,
Yes,
clear.
guys. Yogesh, Harsh, Satya, go ahead. Any question?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's go into the integration perspective. Before that, let's pick up this. What is API? I'll show you what is API. This is, you can say. So this is you who go to the restaurant, right? You put a order. Who pick up the order? Waiter pick up the order. So you are on the front end. You give an order to waiter, and waiter go in the background. That is the back end, where chef is preparing the food for you and then deliver the things to you on the table. So this waiter is the API here. I guess it's application processing interface. Yes. Application processing interface. That is the API, which carry your data, which carry your logics from one place to another place to one place, is basically called the API here. Okay, so we had to be create. So now the question comes: Adul, do we have to be create the APIs? No. Now ServiceNow is enough mature that they are giving me the APIs out of the box. I have to just put. I have to be just put the details. Details mean endpoint URL. That where to map your work done. In ServiceNow, there is a concept called the integration hub, and we call these things as a spokes. SPOKES, spokes. Means you use this box and you can do the integration easily. So now what I have to do? We are going to be integrated. What is the ultimate goal we want to be achieved? We want to be achieved here that this is my instance. This is my instance. And this is Satya instance. Okay. I'm just putting a number here. Okay. If I create an incident here, the incident should get created here as well. This is the end goal for me. Or if I create a problem record here, the problem record should get created in the here as well. Okay, in the Satya's instance, but it should be on the runtime. Means I click submit in my instance, and on the other side, the incident or the record should get created in the Satya's instance. Now the first step we have to do is called the API. So go here. Let me see what it's showing. Okay, let me change the scope here. Okay, now go here, search for the REST API. Here, REST API Explore. Okay, here. So this is the first place or first screen you can see that how the API get created. Okay, number one, API use this, or API has been used for this four purpose. It's called the CURD: create, read, update, and delete. If you want to do any action on any of the record, definitely you only can do create, read, update, or delete only. Then you have to you can use the API. This is the format of the API, like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be create a API. But before that, let me show you something here. These are the functions. Or functions, the wrong word. These are the methods. If you want to create a record in Satya's instance, then you have to be use the post method. Give me that guy. Okay. If you want to create a record in other instance, in third party tool, then you have to be use the post method. So it means if I say that I want to make it a record in Satya's instance, it means I need to be use the post method. If I want to retrieve something, then I will use the get methods. If I want to modify something, then I use to the put method. Okay. If I want to delete something, then I have to be use the delete method. Now the question comes, what is the difference between patch and a put? That you have to be understand. There's a difference between patch and the put. See, modify and update. In practical, if I say both are the same, but if I logically I say both are the different. Okay. Now let me come on this part. On which table you want to create an API? Let's say I want to create an API on the incident table. Here. Okay. Now these are the few query parameters which I don't have much idea, guys. Nothing to be hide here. But I don't have much idea about this query parameter. These are basically used if you want to fetch some results. You want to put some query. You want to display something. Then you can use this part. Because practically I worked from this perspective. Only these steps I did up to this level. These things has been taken care of by the technical team. Okay. But what important here is this. We are going to be use the REST API. There are two type of APIs available, REST and SOAP. REST Okay. Let me give you one example, practical example. In the time period of 2017, somewhere 16 or 17, when I was looking for another job. Okay. So I applied a lot of interviews of the service now. Okay, and I told to the hiring manager that I'm not a technical guy. But you will be surprised, almost out of 10, 3 to 4 interviews, they asked me what is the difference between REST and the SOAP. I said I have no idea. But they asked me what is the difference between REST and the SOAP. And literally, I still don't have a complete idea that what is the basic difference between these two. What I can tell here, REST is basically use the JSON. And JSON is a format, JSON is Java format, JavaScript format, where you can send the parameters and you can receive the results in that format. In the JSON, I guess if I'm not wrong, if you send a limited parameter, you will get the limited results. But in SOAP, it is not the case. Maybe Harsh, if you're using this REST and SOAP concept, you can just put some lights here. Okay. If you have any idea on that part.
No, Atul, I don't have any.
Okay. We both are in the same boat then. Okay. So now it is important. What format you're using? It's called the JSON. For the request and for the response, I said it's a JSON. Okay. Now let's say I created my API on the incident table with the method called get. Let's test it. Is it working fine or not? Click on the set. But the point is that Atul, you are not doing the integration. Here, if you notice, it is my instance link only. It means I am sending a letter to myself only. I go to post office, I put my letter and the letter come back to me. Is it working? Means I want to just test that this functionality is working. So you can say, or you can see here, I got a 200 status code. It means The basic API is working fine. But practically it's not an API. We did nothing. But why I told you this part? So that we can copy paste and we can do some more thing. So now you can say, what is the response I got? Caused by watch list. These are the default ones. So one incident has been created here. State 3, number 3, and all the things will be there. See, this is a format we use like this. This is important point to understand. This is the format we use. I'll show you this part. So now what we have to do? Let's copy it. And now I said, yes, in my city, post office or the letter functionality is working. Now let me send a letter to Satya's house or Satya's number. Let's go and search here for the rest messages. This one. Click on this. It means now I have to be defined that where to send this letter. Now the actual integration is going to be start. Open it. And here I'm creating a REST message. Let me say dev. What is the Satya's instance name? Satya, what is the instance ID? Sorry, it's dev. Well, let me put like this.
Okay. Yeah, I pasted in on our chat.
Okay. Okay, 78150. Okay. So let's say I want to be integrate dev 86271 my instance to Satya's instance. Okay. So I'm putting a REST message that so that I can easily identify that to which instance I'm doing it, and copy this link here and replace this 86721 to the 78150. I remember endpoint means where you want to hit it. That is the endpoint, and replace the table name with the incident. Don't mention .do underscore list. No, just mention the table name. That's all. So it means this API or this REST message will go to this instance and update something or do something on the incident table. Okay, now once we done that part, before I knock Satya's door, I have to prove my identity. Remember the concept of the mid server. You have to put the authentication. So let me save this first. And now come on the authentication. So you can do two type of authentication, basic or OAuth 2.0. Okay, OAuth 2.0 means when you want to do the multi-factor authentication, that system will log in from the 2 or 3 level of authentication, then this integration work. That is called the auth 2. Generally, this auth 2.0 has been used widely in the industry, but for our purpose, we're just going to use the basic one. Basic means I just put a username and the password. That's all, nothing much I'll put in. So to do this part, I had to get the basic auth profile. Because we did not have any auth profile, let me create a new one then. Let me create here and let me create a new auth profile. Auth profile means which instance I want to go. So I'm putting admin and now I'll copy the Satya's instance because I want to be integrated with the Satya's instance, right? Paste it. Okay, so now I'll go here and click on the save and click on the update. Okay, now you come here. So now I can say dev 78150. Means what it will do when this API or when this API will run, it will pick up this endpoint it will go to this profile, pick up the username and the password, and then log in into the Satya's instance. Now let me click on the save here. Okay, that's fine. What next? So it means on the letter I have given the address and I have given the authentication. But where is the content? That is important for us, right? So to do that part, go to the HTTP request. Means what you want to send, which parameter you want to send. That is the important point. But before that, let me go here and have to be define the method. By default, it is a get method. I don't want to bring anything. I want to be sent the things to service now to Satya's instance. So I click on the new here. And let's say it is a incident create method. I'm using it. What I'm doing the table level mapping, guys. Remember, and this is the post. What is the endpoint URL? It should be, wait, let me cancel this, or let me put like this only, dev at point of time. Let me copy this. No. Let me copy this endpoint URL. And let me put this. Okay. Authentication, you can say yes. Authentication from the parent only. Parent means from this REST message, it just put it. Okay. And click on the save here. Now go to in this HTTP request. Not that much. Go to in this HTTP request. Okay. And sorry. HTTP query parameters. Here or not. Authentication. No, let's go back. Let me go back here. Yep. Okay. Let me pick up and see default get what they are using. Nothing. Good. Now go back. Now come to this HTTP request. Okay. What I want to use. Okay. What I want to be used. Okay. Here I have to do the headers. Header mapping. Not here. Sorry. Go to the, oh sorry, open the method only. And here go to this, but I guess they have changed something. A lot of things they have changed. Escape type, right. And here, give me a minute. HTTP request method. Okay, this one. So now they're saying that we have to be write the format, that what you want to pass and what you want to receive. Let me show you one article which generally I use. I'm not sure that it is available in ServiceNow at point of time or not. ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration community. It's a very wonderful article written in the this thing. I guess this is the one I'm looking for. Yes, this one. So we are at this point of time. So authentication has been done for us. Dev instance to user profile that has been done. In the post method, we are here. Okay, basic authentication done. Now it is saying that we have to do this part. This part means now we have to create the method here. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm going to be write a logic here. What logic and what format will be used, let me show you, because it may contain the error. This is the format we have to be used. Let me copy paste here and then I'll show you. Go here and copy what I'm doing, or what this particular content means here. I am saying the first part. If you see this thing, let me copy and put in the notepad just to show you. This thing. What I'm saying here is that I want to send some message to Satya instance, right? So I have to do the field level mapping, table level mapping done in the endpoint URL. But now I am doing the field level mapping. Remember the concept of the import set. You do the field level mapping. So on the left side, this part, it contains the field name of the source. It contains the field name of the destination. Because we are doing the ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration, it means both names should be same. But if you're doing ServiceNow and the Jira integration, in Jira, the short description means, what is the short description called? It's called the summary. So then you have to mention the summary here, not the short description, because we're doing the ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration. So we can use this part, short description, copy, put the short description. Now, if you want to do, you can do it for the another field as well. I'm just taking a single parameter, guys, here, not more, so that we can see what changes are there. And I can copy here. Let me come back here. Clear till this point, everybody, guys. Everybody clear till this point, or any doubt, any question, any clarification required? Good. So now what I did the field to field level mapping. It means I'm at this particular place. Because it is a ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration, so field value is not a big challenge for me. Because both instances are same. If it is a ServiceNow and Jira, ServiceNow or Remedy, ServiceNow Sharewell, ServiceNow some other tool, then these steps need to be do. But now it's not required. Now there is an option that is this mapping is correct, or this mapping is be system generated. Then we use the auto generated variable. In transform map, we also use a mapping assist. Here, what we have to do, we have to click on the auto generated variable. And now you see here what value you are sending. This field is correct. Yes. And now let's test this. It means when I say test, the incident should get created. Oh my God, it's showing 201 code is coming. It's saying watch list upon rejected cancel, yes, but incident get created. Let me open the this thing 150 dot service-now.com. Let me open Satya's instance. And let go here. Even though it is giving me the 201 error, which is not good. But let's see, is it working fine or not? It says content. Okay, see what we have done. Let me come back and show you. In the post method, we are saying test, but did we pass any value? No, we did not pass any test value. We have to be put the value here. Welcome in, welcome from LNG. Because we missed out the passing the value. I sent a letter to this thing, Satya, but on the letter I didn't mention anything other than address. Satya will do flap in, flap out. Hey, there's no message. Now let me test it. Still 201 error. Let's see, but now we can see the content is get passed here. Now let's go here and open the Satya's instance. I am just worried for one thing. If Satya don't have a domain separation, then it can fail. But let's see. Open. What we're passing the short description. So you can see instance get created. Good. Instance I'm saying incident get created. Means our this thing integration is working fine. Now let me do one more thing. Let me go back and open it again. Now with the short description, I want to pass the description as well. Let's copy this and paste it. This and this, but in this case put comma. And let me save this and then go here and generate the value. Yes, it said, do you want to be refresh it again? I said yes. Description should be hello Satya. This and click on the test. 2 parameter pass. Yes. Now go back here and open Satya's instance. 2 parameter pass. Short description. Let me add the description field here as well. Just to be bring on the and you can see. So this is the way of doing the integration. So you can add n number of parameters which you want to pass it. This is for the post. The same thing you can do for the get, but for the get you have to be pass some identifier which go there and find out the result for me. Okay, this is the complete response. It is a response in the JSON format. Nothing else. Don't worry. So it's a response, but I'm not sure that why it's showing 201. It should show 200 if you click OK. Maybe that's also fine. Okay. Now the point come. Atul, in this integration, we are doing the static part. You're putting the data and it's going there. But how it work on the runtime? It means if I actually create an incident, it should get created in the Satya's instance. That is the main purpose, right? We are not here for the static integration. We are here for the dynamic integration. So to do this part, if you remember, we have a concept called the business rule. So now let's go here and let's create a business rule on the incident table. Let it be open. Yep. Okay. Okay. And search for the business rule. And let's create a business rule here. See, these are the one-time things. Then you can update your logic. I said, say business rule name is dev 78150 incident. In which table I want to put? I want to put on the incident table. Here. And click on the advanced here. When you want to run, I want to run when I click on the submit button. It means it should be after insert and go to the advanced. Now the question come. We have no knowledge of the scripting or the coding here. What to do? Do one thing. Go here. Go back. Rest messages. Okay. Go here. Go back. Open your rest message. Okay. And open this. And come here and open preview script usage. And copy paste. कर दो copy paste. Nothing to be worried. Copy paste. Come to the business rule and paste it here. Wow, that's fine. Only two things you need to be changed. Number one, in it is have a hard code value. Remove this and put current dot. Current dot. What is the field name? Is the description. And here the same thing. Give me a remove this. Current dot short description.
Line number 5 comma is missing, I think.
No. See, now it's fine.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So it means you had to current. Why I'm saying current? Because I'm saying that take the value which I'm passing now. Remember this current function and it is a business rule. So it will go in the database, create the incident first in my instance, then pick up these two value and go into Satya's instance and create the instance there. Now let's save this. And let's go here and create a incident. Create new. All the best. AB this. Let me put the short description. Integration. Let me put the we don't have a description field here. Okay, let's pass only one value. Let's see what happened. Click on the save here. So if I'm passing the one value, it should create a record with the one value only. Let's go here and refresh it. Satya's instance. So now you can see. I just passed one value, so value has been passed here. With this support, your integration is working on the runtime now. Open to question answer guys now, because from my part, my side, integration has been completed here. Now you have to just remember this is the fundamental endpoint URL, table to table mapping, field to field level mapping, field value level to field value level mapping. Now the question come, Atul, if from the remedy I am getting the assigned to, but in service now we don't have a field or the value called the assigned to, what to do? This concept is called the data massaging. This concept is called the data massaging. Like, if don't take me wrong, but there's a few ladies in our society who listen the something from one person and put their own masala on that and pass the different thing to the other person. What they're doing the data massaging. Like when let's say your kid go to school and madam complained it that he's very naughty in the class, please take care of your son. When you come back to your home with your son, you just not scold only for one thing, you scold for the multiple things. You did not do this thing, you did not do this thing, you did not do this thing. That is called the data massaging. So we have to do the data massaging. What this mean, data massaging? It means when I am getting any value from remedy to service now, or from I'm sending any value from service now to remedy which is does not exist in the another instance, then there is a place called the temp table or called the staging table, where you, let's say from service now I'm sending the in progress. So it will go in a staging table which convert in progress to assigned to, and then in remedy it save as a assigned to. This is concept called the data messaging, and this is required a lot of time. A lot of time it is required, because it is not the case that every tool is using the same value which service now providing. So this is happen, but this work has been taken care by the developer, not by me. My work is to tell him that which value need to be mapped to which particular value, which field need to map which particular field. I done integration of the SAP. I done integration of the service now to service now as well, even from the remedy as well. And we have these questions, and these are the common points. Now tell me, any doubt, any question, any clarification, guys, required here? No doubt, no question.
Question.
Good. Now let me take you to the next. Sorry, go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
I don't know, you may have said this before, but maybe I missed it. So when do you use integration? Or what's going to make you to use integration?
What is the make it as a use of integration?
Going to make you to do integration? I mean, what scenario?
Okay, scenario can be anything. I'll give you an example. Okay, and these are the practical examples. There is a lot of companies who are using the legacy system. Maybe you can pick up any telecom companies, any kind of a healthcare organizations who are using their legacy system or old system. But okay, let me give one more thing. Okay, let's say you want to book an appointment for the doctor or your GP. Okay, you have two choices. I give you the interface number one, which is on the command or the dose base. The black screen, you go and type, and then if you are put something wrong, you have to be go back, delete everything, and then have to be write it. Number one option. Second option, if I give you a beautiful portal of your natural NHS or something, the agency running the medical part, which one you will opt, Jimmy? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Second one. Why? Because it is easy to use.
Yeah.
Right. But company says that if I need to be moved from first one to second one, I need a lot of money and a lot of time, and it requires a lot of efforts as well. So what they says my customers are giving me feedback that my interface is bad. Let me bring a new interface. I'll show them a portal in the front end, but in the background, I'm still saving the information about the doors or the door systems only. This is a use case of the integration. So number of time, because in an industry, in an organization, the company is using the service now, they're using the SAP for their financials. And they want that from the service now, I can fetch a report of all the financial records. How it can be done? Via integration only. So in these scenarios, they use the integration. Nowadays, if any major incident happen, I want that SMS should come to my WhatsApp message. That is the integration. You're receiving the, let's say you book a gas or you book a energy vendor. You get an email, you get an SMS. Email is the one thing, you get an SMS. How it's be happen? Via integration only. Service now integrated with the help of any of this SMS provider interface, and they sending the message to you. So these are a lot of use cases you will find out. Integration in the sense it's like a collaboration with the other tool. And it happens practically. Logically, if you ask me, if I'm supporting a customer who says, can you do an integration of ServiceNow and the X tool for me? And on the same side, he said that I want to be remove the X tool after the 2 years. I'll not prefer to go for the integration. I'll say let's start removing this tool from now itself. Because integration requires a lot of efforts. Now, if you see one use case here that I'm just creating an incident. If I show you a use cases, you can create an incident, you can update an incident, you can resolve an incident, you can close an incident, you can delete an incident, you can cancel an incident, you can reopen an incident. How many use cases are there? And for every use case, you have to do the different methods. And in that case, use case become heavy. The integration become heavy. This is for the incident. Let's take example of change management. In the change, we have 7 states: new, assess, authorize, implement, review. Sorry, new, assess, authorize, schedule, implement, review, and the close. Let me add you one more thing: cancel, reschedule, approval rejected, task reopen, change fail. See how many use cases are there. A lot of use cases are there. So we have to be decide. You as a consultant, you have to be think which is worth it. I'm sharing one image on the WhatsApp. Just think. There's a concept called let me try to find out here. I got this image yesterday on the LinkedIn. Okay, this is what the business analysts do actually. Okay, where it gone? Okay, it's there. Let me show you. Yes. So now you can see. See. Someone says glass is half full. Someone says glass is half empty. What BA think? Is this really the best size glass to serve the drink? It seems a cause complaints. So before I go for the integration, I'll check that do I need actual integration or not. If preferable, I'll cancel the integration. I don't want to go for the integration. Because I know in the integration, a lot of efforts need to be spent. So being a consultant, being a business analyst, that you have to be think that integration is much better, or you can ask customer to come and join onboard the service now directly. I worked a lot of cases in that part. where customers say we want to be integrated. But when we understand, when we go on this part, module level understanding, I said no, leave it. It's going to be tough for you. I'm not recommending it. And we scrap their integration and we say let's come onboard directly on the service now. Because for the integration you have to be depend a lot of people, business understanding, technical team understanding, a lot of use cases, a lot of testing is required. So we never recommend this easily. But market is growing. They want to be integrated. Service now to WhatsApp, service now to Microsoft Teams. A lot of integrations are there. That's fine. Clear, Jimmy, your point?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Good. Now let me come to the next topic here, because all of the related to the integration. So we have done these two concepts, right? Integration, the mid server. Now let me pick up the LDAP. What is LDAP here? LDAP is kind of a integration, but is the integration of ServiceNow with the Active Directory. I'm not sure how many of you actually or hard coded work in the support project, and specifically in the infra support or the infra support specifically. So the thing is that whenever you join a company, okay, your user ID or your details has been get created. Nowadays we are using Microsoft Office 365 or Azure kind of things. But in the earlier days, we are using the Office, I'm saying Microsoft, that not Microsoft, it's Active Directory as a tool. It means the information which is available in the Active Directory is the source of truth. Active Directory contains mainly two things. Number one is the user detail, and number two is the group detail. User detail means name, your login ID, and max your department or your team. That's all. Group, you are member of how many groups? Like in your official email ID or official group, your official user ID in your companies, you just go and click on the open your name directly in the MS Office or MS Teams or somewhere, and just go to the second tab, organization, or the third tab as a group. You will find that you are the member of a lot of groups. So in short, it's called the AD. AD just used for the two purpose, user and the group. And this stands for the lightweight directory application something. LDAP is the same thing. Okay, light directory application. I forget the name. Sorry. Okay, but it contains only these two information. Now the why this concept come into the picture. The reason being because if I'm introducing service now for my employees, do I need to create the new username password for everybody? No. How I will make sure that everybody in my company must get access of service now? Then what I will do? I will do service now and the AD integration. I'm telling you this AD is no longer exist at point of time. AD is becoming the online now. Azure, Microsoft Azure, they're using at point of time. But still the concept is same. Okay, it means the user which exists in the AD must come to service now, and the associated group of the user should be come into the service now, so that no unauthorized access is required here. Okay, but the benefit is that in service now these two integrations are already available. Let me show you. Okay, and also I strongly recommend read about this AD integration on the web, on the internet, you will get understanding the easily method. So I can go here and put LDAP here. So LDAP work on the basis of your transform map. Why? Because you are bringing the data, foundation data. You're not doing the transitional data, you're bringing the foundational data. So what they did for this, you need a LDAP server. So it means when you are taking your ServiceNow instance, ServiceNow to ServiceNow, you can say that this is my Active Directory server. It can be Azure, it can be something else. Okay, so as of now, as we're in the PDI, so ServiceNow give us the one demo server here. Let me test it. I doubt it will work, but it can be. No, it is not working because operational status is false. The reason being because this server has been maintained by ServiceNow only, and maybe it is off at point of time. So we have nothing to be worried on that. But and practically, this is one-time activity which need to be taken care by your ServiceNow architects. What important for us to be understand how the mapping has been done. So let's say data sources. As I say, in the LDAP integration, only two things come: user and group. It means the same fundamental user and user table mapping, user field and user field mapping. So here you can see the LDAP import table as well. And where I'm bringing in the user table. LDAP target is a user table. And this is my transform map. Let me open it, which contain the all information like this. LDAP is the very basic and very easy integration because it just deal on the two particular table, user table and the group table. Now the same thing you can see here for the group. That is I'm not spending much time here because this is just a revision for us, and it work on your transform map concept. So you can see it's a group one. So you can see what type of connection you want to build. File, JDBC, LDAP, OIDC, REST. You can do the via integration as well, because nowadays it's a Microsoft Azure. You can do the integration. So I'm using via the LDAP only. And if I click here, I can get the group. So in the group, what we have? Group name, group manager maximum. Or the source they say. It's a description and the group name. That's all. I don't want to bring anything else. That's the thing. So if I show you something here, ServiceNow and LDAP integration. The question comes, why the LDAP is required? So you can see this is my customer environment. This is my ServiceNow. This is my LDAP server. This is my LDAP server where it go and bring the result for me for the user and the group. That's all. If you see transform map import set, concept is same because I'm saying it is a foundation data mapping I'm doing. It's not an integration I'm doing. It is a part of integration, but it is with the help of the transform map. That is the thing. This LDAP work. A small concept, nothing big, because I don't have my own LDAP server where I can show you the data and I can show you something here. Okay, the one thing which is important for the integration purpose, you need the endpoint URL. Let's say maybe Sham says, Atul, can I do the integration of in the PDA with the WhatsApp? You can do, but for that you need the endpoint URL for the WhatsApp. You just put in the internet ServiceNow integration with the WhatsApp. You will find that how the people are giving the steps, and you can try that part. Maybe in the PDI you do something, but not completely. You can just check at your side. Okay, so this is small introduction of the small part of the LDAP only. Only this much is required because it is already available. Everything is given by service now. We have nothing to be worried. Okay, the last point in this discussion is called the SSO. Okay, if you remember, in the very early days, approximately 5 or 7 years back, if you purchase a new mobile phone, when you put your SIM, you get your contacts, right? But now, if you purchase a new mobile phone, as soon as you enter your email ID, you get all contacts. As soon as you enter your email ID, your WhatsApp, your YouTube, your OneDrive, personal I'm talking here, your OneDrive, your Google Drive, your YouTube, your videos, your audios, your apps get started running and installing in the mobile phone. Or if I go here and just mention Gmail, or if I go here and I just mention YouTube, what will happen? It will show the YouTube with my ID here. This concept is called the SSO, single sign on. I give you the latest improvement in this area. Earlier, when I worked in a company, they give us the laptop. To log in into the laptop, I have a different password. And to log in into the Outlook, I have a different password. But now, as soon as I log in into my laptop, my all the application get connected automatically. My Outlook, my OneNote, my shared drive, my OneDrive, my Skype, my Microsoft Office, other portals as well. How this work? This work via SSO. And to enable the SSO, we do the LDAP integration. Because maybe in service now the username is not correct. So I say go and check in the AD. If this record exists, yes. Ask him to log into the space here. So how SSO enabled? Because I did not work in the SSO part, but I can show you. If you see here, let me show you something. Let me come here and profile. Okay, what I did yesterday, I activated a plugin called the single sign-on. Okay, single sign-on is a plugin, and I bring this field into the user table. In the user form, sorry, not table, in the user form. What this do, if I put like this and I put abc.com something, it means when a user is login, it will not check the passwords. It will check this SSO source, that where I have to be go and authenticate this user is exist or the user details are exist or not properly. So like when I open my laptop, official laptop I'm talking here. Okay, as soon as I log in, my Outlook and my Microsoft team get logged in automatically. How? Because in the background, these two modules, these two products have a SSO enabled, and then it works. So let me show you the SSO properties here. So you can see here, these are the SSO one. It is also a good concept because for the SSO you need some certificate installation as well. These are things. It is interesting topic. I did not much work, but I tried that I get some time here. So let me show you the properties here. A small introduction, nothing we're going to be doing. Okay, it is the auto recovery. Let me show a single sign-on properties are there or not. Here, admin properties. So you can do this part. Enable SSO provider, enable auto inputting user identity provider the user table. How it say how to check SSO part, do you want to enable the auto importing? As soon as anything new come into the user table, you want to import in the SSO part? I said yes. Enable the debugging logging. If something goes wrong, do you want to enable it for the debugging? I said yes. Okay, and then you can use it. For my understanding, maybe it's very fast for you to understand, but in short, it is something important when we talk about the integration. That is, I just put a few liners on that part. SSO is the single sign-on, is the functionality which says user will log in only in once in the device, and from that he or she can log into any of the services, any of the tool, any of the portal with the same user ID. No need to be create any other user ID for the user in this case, and you can achieve this via SSO functionality. And you can bring the SSO if a user contain SSO source, it means the user is only able to log in via that particular part. So sometime for some of the user we don't have SSO enabled, but for like in the production instances it is always SSO enabled. In the lower environment it can be just a username and the password, because maybe SSO server is not working properly, or not, we don't have any SSO server available in the dev or test, so we don't use that part. So this was all about from my side for today's session on the integration, on the LDAP, SSO, all the things, guys. Now, any doubt, any question anybody has, just let me know. So that before I go and close the recording, any doubt, any question you can ask me, guys. Okay, no doubt, no question. Good, let me stop the recording here, guys.